deadline. Do you think the strategy, the other side of this vote tonight, will still be to push this deal, to let time lapse and up the pressure?
I think the irony of all of this vote we're now seeing in the Commons over the road, is that the Prime Minister was actually trying to do what her critics were asking for, i.e. going back to Brussels and asking for a bit more. And she's been trying to do that, and they've pulled out the rug from underneath her. I think it's going to be very difficult for her to reopen the withdrawal agreement, but there are things that she can do on the side of that. She might be able to get some declaratory statements, some gentlemen's and ladies' agreements from the leaders of the EU, but she might also get some things which are legally binding on the side as well, to try to deal with some of those problems of the backstop. And that's what she's been trying to do, and she's still supposed to be going to speak to the Irish and speak to the French president, and then go to the council meeting at the end of this week.
Do you think, if the vote isn't overwhelming for her tonight, that it strengthens the hand of the cabinet? Because there has been some criticism that the cabinet hasn't been firm enough with her.
I think the problem is that the cabinet is divided. There's different. I mean, they're united behind the Prime Minister at one level, but there's also different views in the cabinet about what to do if this deal doesn't get through. Some might want to tack softer, some might want to tack harder, and that really reflects an overall position in the Commons. And we're seeing again, as we've seen now for many months, that there isn't a clear majority for any Brexit path, and that's part of the problem we're now in. The difference is, though, that the Prime Minister has a deal, and that's the only plan on the table. All of her critics over the road don't have a serious plan.
An alternative that would get a majority.
Their idea is to go to Brussels and say, no, thank you, we don't want the backstop. But Brussels is being very, very clear. There is only a negotiated agreement with a backstop, and that's not going to change.
Yeah, and ironically, that